picture.
We have a camera like so.
Hi there. My name is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks.
And I'm James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James.
And tonight, well, I was supposed to do another, if a Buddha type character were here, what would you ask them? I did that last week and it was great, and I was going to do it again. But see, Monday I was going to do a program on having a puppy and what I was learning from it. And it has nothing to do with puppies, it has to do with life. But then I said, oh my God, it's Memorial Day. So I changed that show to Memorial Day. So then I'm saying, oh my God, I need to do the puppy tonight. So I'm not doing the show I said I was going to do, which just goes to show you, you just can't trust anyone. So anyway, with no further ado, James, could you get us going here?
Yes, indeed.
Let's talk about our show, and then we have to get the dogs in here.
All right. You have come to Granny Rocks, where we have the opportunity to experience Granny's wit, wisdom, and uncommon sense every Monday and Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. So stay with us, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Oh, so did I tell you the name of this program? It is Laugh with Granny, Life Lessons from Having a Puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Ho, ho, ho.
Indeed.
Yes. So the first thing I want to say, don't believe it's going to be easy. Don't believe that anything in life is ever going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they say, oh, all right, you have a puppy, it's no big deal. It's potty trained into a litter box, and you put it in a pen, and you close the door, and then it sits there with its food and water, and then it goes into the potty in the pen, and then you take it out, and then the other dog is going to teach it to go out the dog. Well, none of this happened. Because when we got the puppy home and it says, I'm not going to use that litter, even though I used it at the other place. Does anybody want 40 pounds of alfalfa pellets that was going into that pen? So all of a sudden...
Yeah, but you got to be careful that your dog isn't going to eat it.
Well, that's what our puppy does, is it sits down and it eats the pellets, or it sleeps on the pellets, and it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So...
okay.
Then, you know, there's other things like that. Oh, you get this piece of music software. Easy Drummer. Easy this. It's so easy. It's so easy to broadcast through Wirecast. It's so easy to... Nothing in life, in my experience, has ever been easy. So don't believe that. All right. Then the next thing I want to say is, don't set yourself up like I did. Ha 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 ha. Why did I want a puppy? I mean, I try to be honest with myself about it. I wanted a puppy because I lost my 15-year-old dog that I had a very close bond with. Well, you know, I wanted to replace that love. Well, of course, this puppy isn't going to replace a dog that had been with me for almost 15 years. We had this real strong bond. Did you find the dogs?
Well, the doggies have taken care of themselves and run out the doggy door and are having a blast outside.
Oh, I know, because they're looking for Elizabeth, who's probably outside on the grounds wanting to know what's going on. Okay, that's perfect. All right, so I set myself up by wanting a puppy for very unrealistic reasons. And it isn't that I didn't know. Could you be checking
yes,
on
by
those?
the way, Elizabeth said good evening.
Oh, good evening.
And Elan says, hello, my loves.
Hi there. Did anybody else have a comment before that?
Let's see. Elizabeth shared the stream, and that's it.
Okay. It looks like it's up here. James, is that... So you're sure? Okay.
I'll do that.
Okay, so... Another failure of mine. I mean, you're going to be hearing how I flop. That's why I called this Laugh with Granny.
Oh, by the way, Todd says, hi there, Granny, and SBJ. Oh, hello, Todd.
Hello, Todd. All right, very good. Be realistic in your expectations so you don't take everything personally and constantly have to prove something. Like, oh, I expect my 10-week-old puppy, 11-week-old puppy, originally 8-week-old puppy. That's what she was when we brought her home. To be able to learn these things, because some people say, oh, they learn it, in an instant. Certainly she's going to be house. Not my puppy, not Sweet Baby James' puppy. So, and then I read other things that say it could take a year to housebreak that kind of a puppy, a little puppy like that. Well, a year. A year of not sleeping, a year of cleaning the carpet. Did I sign on for the year? But no, I wasn't realistic in my expectations. And so I did take everything personally. Like there's something wrong with me. If I were a better puppy parent, then none of this would happen.
This happens with children too, right?
That's right. Absolutely. Oh, well, and that
Todd
is...
says, I am laughing with Granny about how unrealistic I am.
That is so true. I mean, it's like, oh, I'm going to have a baby. Ooh, this baby is just cuckoo. And, all babies do this and do that, but no. Oh, no, my baby isn't going to do this or that. My baby isn't going to want the breast. My baby isn't going, is this, is that, so, you see what I'm saying? And so then we take a person like, something is wrong with my puppy training technique. So by getting more realistic expectations, I stop thinking it's all my fault. And if I think it's all my fault, then that's a terrible thing. Another thing I am learning by having a puppy.
Yes, what?
Work with reality rather than try to dominate it. In other words, try to see what's really for everyone's highest good. I think that...
Lan says, God, I know.
All right. Okay, is that about puppies or children, by the way?
About life. Yeah.
About life, yes. So, Sweet Baby James, this was his specialty.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He was going to dominate this puppy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Without killing it. Right? Because that would not look good on his resume.
Dogs are supposed to obey, right?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
So they should never take, you should never take no for an answer from a dog.
Oh, no, absolutely not. The more it rebels, the more...
You gotta clamp down. Yeah.
I think I just heard it.
Hey, one of them just came back.
Right.
Little Evie, the puppy.
The puppy is here. You want to bring her up? Everybody can see how she's growing. Okay. So it's really, really difficult. This is a very serious life lesson. Don't try to dominate reality. Don't try to impose what you want to have happen on what is so in life. Let's see. This is Evie.
So this is what Evie is like now. She's really getting big.
Oh my God.
She's a real lover dog.
Well, she is when she's pleased. We were told to try to put her in the pen with the dog door, and if she wouldn't use the pellets, she would go out the doggy door because she knows all about the doggy door. She goes out the dog door. Then we think, oh, wonderful, she's done her thing. What a wonder, she's going to get her reward. So we're going to let her out of the pen where she's crying and all of that. And she immediately runs in and pees on the rug, right? And the more that we tried to get her to do this, the more rebellious and angry she became. So that's it. Don't try to dominate. It's like try to figure out how to work with the puppy or the child or the husband or the children or your workers or your boss. I don't want to do that. I just want to dominate reality. I don't want to have to figure out how to work with it. Do you? So that's a big lesson. Can we close the door so that we know that she's in here so she doesn't go around and pee under the piano? So
that's an idea. Hey, doggies, come on.
Don't buy love and then feel resentful and angry. That's another lesson. Oh, Island said it's about life. Yes. Come on. These I'm so glad that you're identifying Island because I am feeling like a complete imbecile, and that's why I'm doing this show, just to lighten my burden here just by laughing at myself. All right. Don't buy love and feel resentful and angry. Well, so I want the puppy to love me, so I won't let her be alone for 2 seconds, or I won't, I don't want her to suffer, or, I want her to love me, and all she does is act out even more because puppies, even though we don't need to dominate reality, we need to work with the reality that that puppy is very young, right? And it needs training. Well, I never wanted to train a dog in my entire life. I've had a lot of dogs. And either they were my equals or they were my superiors. What can I say? Because I wanted love. So, and then when they're not loving, when they act out or they're not giving me the love that I want, oh my God, I'm resentful. I'm angry. What is wrong with that pup?
Oh, Amy has a comment.
All right.
I sure would rather dominate than figure out how to work with others. Love to you both. Love, 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 love.
Thank you, Amy. You make me feel so much better. All right, now. Anger and control are not winning strategies. So if I can't buy the puppy, then I get angry and resentful. And then I try to control it, doesn't he? And then he's really doubly angry. And she's going to bark because Lily's out there, and Lily's out there because Elizabeth is here. So anyway, it's all very exciting over here. So, anger and control are not winning strategies. You don't get to have, a real relationship. I actually believe that ultimately you need to have a relationship with your dog, right? That's what's going to get it to respond to you. That's how I ultimately had great relationships with several of my dogs, even though I was a terrible puppy parent and didn't train them and didn't discipline them, and and then of course I was shocked when they ran after people barking or doing anything like that. I had a Saint Bernard who weighed almost 140 pounds, and she would drag me down the street if I had to take her to the vet. Well, I wonder why. Maybe it's because I never trained her to walk on a leash, right? So, and then getting angry and trying to control didn't help. Develop a relationship. This is true for everything and everybody, right? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Elan says LOL.
Okay. All right. There we go. Now.
She also clarified that it was the word life that she was referring to.
Yes, I love that. That's me too. So, here is a better strategy than anger and control. I mean, aside from respect, right? How can they respect you when you're just giving it all away? When you're just so addicted to the puppy love that you'll do anything. It's hard to have respect. And how can they respect you if you're like a crazy person yelling at the dog, pretending you're not yelling, but with that energy? Okay, here's another life lesson. I hope you're all relating, because this is about everything, right? As Island says, come up with a better alternative for the puppy. Okay, so I'm outside, right? And I'm trying to walk. And I'm trying to replace that 15-year-old dog who used to walk next to me, right? Well, this puppy is under my feet. She's biting at my robe. She's doing the whole gamut of puppy behavior. And I read all about, the experts, and they're telling you what to do, and I'm trying to do it, and it's not working, and it's not working. And then somebody says, well, you should spray the face with water when she starts chewing on your robe. Well, easy for you to say, but I can't bend down low enough to use a spray bottle. And that was a disaster. I mean, everything is, because you have to also work with yourself. You have to be realistic about your particular puppy or your child or your job or your organization or whatever it is. You have to be realistic about yourself. I couldn't do that. Well, suddenly I had this brilliant idea, right, which was to get a branch, a small, lightweight branch with some leaves on it, because we live in the country and we have plenty of that. And I'm walking along, and she's chewing on the branch. She doesn't even care about my robe anymore. I gave her a better alternative. Imagine that. If I could.
She loved it.
She did love it. And then she started to get really good about not biting my robe. Now we can even walk sometimes without her biting my robe, without me using this little stick. And I said to myself, if I can only learn that with people, give them a better alternative. See, you know, don't just try to get down on it or control it or try to just give it an option. Give it an option. Like give the ego an option that will make it feel good without killing everybody and dominating everybody and being selfish and self-centered. Give it an option.
Throw the ego a bone.
That is absolutely correct. So this was a great, you see how much I'm learning? It's only been 2.5 weeks, right? Come up with better alternatives for you. If you're sitting there boo-hoo because the puppy doesn't love you anymore, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. This is really important, really, really, really important. Think of something you would like to do that would make you feel good rather than becoming a total victim of whether or not your puppy is in the mood to play with you. Maybe it's just tired and doesn't even want to play with anybody, you know? So come up with a better alternative for you. Something that you would like to do that you can put your energy and attention into rather than just trying to extract from the puppy what you are looking for. Yes.
Elizabeth says, I love that. Give it an option. Just hope I remember when I'm feeling anger and wanting to control.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, I hope that you're really getting how much this applies to everybody. That this is not about puppy training. This is about training ourselves to be human beings on the planet, right? Give people an alternative. Give somebody something better that they might want. And then they're not going to get attached to something that you don't want them to do and that's really hurtful to them, right? Now, try to be positive.
By the way, I'd like to just mention that
Yes.
I had to create all kinds of alternatives when I changed my diet from stuff that had sugar in it, stuff that was really high fat with no food value, high caffeine, etc., etc. And I came up with alternatives that were tasty and healthy.
Very good. A very good example. Another very.
And I lost weight.
He did. I mean, how much? Like.
Oh, I went from. Let's see. I was about 185, and now I'm down to 137.
Right. Without dieting.
Right, just eating nutritionally and appropriately.
Eating the right things for him, for his body, for his brain. So, yeah, that's coming up with a better alternative, too. So try to be positive, to attract rather than intimidate. So I'm out there and I'm tired. Now, remember, you're talking to a 75-year-old chronically ill woman who can barely walk. And I'm like tripping over the puppy and I can't walk up and down the steps and I'm not getting any sleep and my body is completely falling apart. And I'm trying to be positive. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So instead, I want to kill the puppy, and I'm thinking, oh, yes, this puppy is really going to run towards me. Oh, yes, she's going to feel the vibe. She's going to say, oh, I just can't wait to be with Granny because she's such a flaming maniac right now. So at the moment, I make sure that we're not losing any comments, honey.
Sure. Ilan says, great weight loss, exclamation mark.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ilan.
Absolutely. So I realized that if I go out there all resentful and angry, which is what I was doing when I was trying to spray her in the face with the water, which is what the experts told me to do, if I was positive, the puppy would tend to come towards me in a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, who wants to be around an angry, controlling old lady? I didn't want to be around me. So I had to get out of my ego. Are you getting this? This is really about getting out of the ego myself. You know, I think, oh, the puppy is a little ego, and it is. You know, it's like, me, I want what I want, what I want. But I was definitely being a little ego, too. Right? And it was just triggering me so much that I really had to look at myself deep,
You know, when we polarize and get adversarial, we become like our opponent.
We do.
You went right down to the level of
I
that
did.
puppy.
I did.
I've done it too.
You know.
You've seen it.
I've seen it. I have seen it. I have seen it.
I'm not gonna let that little puppy push me around.
Now here's another thing, another tip. Remember, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's good when your puppy or the other evolves. And today, see, I was having this feeling. When we first got Evie, she would sit on my foot when I was working. And she stuck with me like Velcro. And that's what I wanted. I was looking for another Mojo who was
A Velcro dog.
a Velcro dog who
Stick to
stayed.
you like Velcro.
Exactly. I mean, I'm in bed a lot, and here's a puppy. What the hell does she want to be in bed all the time for? You know, she's got a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to realize that this puppy was evolving. It just dawned on me she was getting more self-confident, and that's why she wasn't clinging to me like Velcro.
That's right. Well, Elizabeth has a comment. Yes, this is helping. I get angry and controlling with my dog and with situations in my life. That's what's ingrained in me.
Yes, you and me both, and him too.
That's true.
So if I realize that, something said to me, she's evolving, she's developing self-confidence. That's what you want. You're providing a good home for her, so she's not cowering. And she's not like listening, like, oh, God is speaking. She's trying to feel her way in her own personality. Oh my God, if we could only allow our children to evolve, if we could only allow our students to evolve, if we could only allow our mates to evolve, oh my God, what a different world it would be. Don't you think? But no. No, I don't want her to evolve. I want her to be who I wanted her to be when I got her to start with, and who she was supposed to be. Calm and clingy and all of that stuff. So it's, remember, you're doing a good job if your students or your mate is actually evolving, and you can't control them as much because they're developing self-love, and they are developing. Now, you don't want to control them, but you want to have increased cooperation and awareness and synergy, and that's one other thing. So it looks like, oh my God, we're running out of time. So I want to finish up with a very important point, which I can't remember, especially because I'm sick and tired and falling, and I'm falling up the stairs and I'm falling down the stairs, and my body is falling apart.
Aren't you sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Oh my God, I really am. And I'm thinking every day, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm too old for this. But I'm not too old for these lessons. Enjoy the moment. It won't come back.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to remind myself that every day is precious, whether it's with sweet baby James, or the puppy, or my students, or my work, that every day is as precious, and it won't come back. And I need to stop trying to push things and push things and push things to get there faster, because it'll be gone. And especially when you reach our age, mid-70s, late 70s for you.
Oh, that hurt.
Oh, this day in spring, today felt like summer, the beautiful leaves, this puppy running around like a maniac, so happy, so free, enjoying this land we're so lucky to have so much to offer her. This moment will not come back. So don't be in such a hurry for her to grow up. My whole life, guys, I was in a hurry to grow up myself. And I missed a lot of my life being in a hurry. And I want her to be all mature and to be calm and get into bed with me, hop into bed, but she can't even get into the bed yet, but she certainly knows how to fall out of the bed. I'm up, in the middle of like, boing, she's fallen out of bed again. Uh-oh, she's going to have to pee. So there it is. It's, it's precious time. Life is so precious. I need to be so grateful for every moment because it'll never come again.
There's a lot of magic in those moments when we're open
There
to
is.
it.
There is. So that's it for tonight. I need to stop. And I will come back and do another, if you were in the presence of the Buddha, what would you, or a person like the Buddha, I will do another show like that. But I just had to get this off my chest. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you like it, and I hope you love it, and I hope you share it, because a lot of people need to hear all of this. That it has, really, it's not about puppy, but it's like Alan said, it's about life.
Do you want to make some announcements?
So every Monday and Wednesday, Granny Rocks at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. And tomorrow night, I will be playing the piano for you. Last time, Evie was carrying on and barking while I was playing the piano, and we're trying to figure out what to do about that. We are just so
Well, we have a
baffled.
solution in mind now.
Yeah, we don't know if it'll work or not. Because the first time I played, Evie just lay there like a little doll because she wasn't confident yet, and she let me play, right? And just watch the evolution and enjoy it. So I hope that we see you 7 p.m. Pacific time or any time thereafter for Dreams of Peace. And so, on behalf of sweet baby James and your insane granny, we wish you much love, and we are grateful to you for your support.
We'll be seeing you.
Indeed. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.